Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, man, this literally does not work. Man, we've already started working in the garage, in the workshop, getting this vanity and stuff together. We're headed over to the house to get working on getting the drywall and stuff sanded and painted, and get this pocket door put in there, and try and get ready to get this thing put to bed. Do me a favor, anybody watching, okay? In the 2nd of November, Mike and I are going to Puerto Rico. We're going to be rebuilding homes again, volunteering and leading volunteers in Puerto Rico to help try and rebuild people's lives. Subscribe to my other channel, Joe Boo's Day Job Homes, because I want to be able to put content and stuff that we're doing on there, and I'm also trying to get that channel set up as a backup just in case something happens on YouTube, because you never know, something could happen on YouTube. So subscribe to that channel. I think I'm only about 250 people away, somewhere around in there, and I'd like to get that done before I get there, because here's the other problem too. Puerto Rico, even though it's part of the United States, the infrastructure is terrible. I mean, it is terrible. So I'm actually going to get another phone that we're going to use for call-ins, because here's what happens. The other thing, when I like having phone-in calls, being able to talk to you, the fans and stuff, but the problem is somebody will see the video, an hour or two later, and they'll call, and they'll continue to call. So my phone is ringing all night. It's a Google number. I just don't know how to turn off the Google notifications on the phone. So all night long, and I mean all night long, my phone's ringing. So I'm going to get a second phone, so I'll have a different phone number that I'll use that phone just for the Joe Boo Sports Report. And I'll also take it with me to Puerto Rico, because it literally takes hours to upload videos. Didn't it take hours, Tennessee? I thought it did. But anyway, if I...
Not at the ship.
Well, yeah, if any of the cruise ships are in there, it definitely takes forever. But I figure if I have that second account, I can upload a video on that channel as well as to this channel at the same time, because they're on different phones. So subscribe to those channels for me, please. Can you do that for me? Can you do that? So, Jerry Jones, of course, is a lot happier this week than he was last week. Jerry Jones was asked, well, now that you got that win over the Eagles, have you given thought to extending Jason Garrett? Jerry kind of laughed and said, hey, you want my health records too? We're not going to talk about that. What do you think, Mike? Should he extend Jason Garrett after getting that ass whipping on the Eagles? After being 16-5 in the division over the last 3 years?
Wait and see.
I think that's... Why rush to excite him? I mean, there is no rush, Let's see how it goes. We've been here before. This is where Jason Garrett is actually best coaching when he's under the gun. I want you to think about this. Every time Jason Garrett has not been comfortable is when the team has performed. After 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, they didn't renew his contract then. He was on the hot seat. They took away the play calling from him. And it ended up being, we went 12-4, was the catch no catch away from the championship game, and it was a great season. You can look at 2015, after we lost Tony Romo and the quarterbacks. We couldn't get a backup quarterback to win other than Matt Castle one game. And I still won't give him credit, because it was really Deshaun Jackson who ran backwards on the punt and fumbled the ball on the 6-yard line, giving us an opportunity to get the winning field goal. So I'm not even going to give him that one. He was on the hot seat. And then you had 2016, last year, hot seat, We looked at firing him. We ended up going 7-1 down the stretch. So I think Jason Garrett is best when he's about to be fired. Does that make sense to you, Mike? So you turn around and say, oh, let's give him a 5-year extension. You watch, the team will go right back down the toilet. I'm telling you, there's no reason to do that. And so the next thing was, he was asked, are you going to pay Amari and Dak? And he said, we're going to pay everybody. So, Jerry, send my check, care of Joe Boo Sports Report. He's saying going to pay everybody. Now, here's the thing, because so many people have been on the thing about don't pay Dak. You can't afford to pay Dak. You can't pay people if you pay Dak. Well, here's the interesting thing. The Dallas Cowboys, right now, as we sit today for next year, have $91 million in cap space. 91. Now, you've already got D-Law locked up. You've got Zeke Elliott locked up. You got your offensive line locked up. I mean, Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, Travis Frederick, Lyle Collins, all those guys are locked up. You now even have Jalen Smith locked up. And see, last night somebody called in and told me that, you're lying to people. You're not giving the truth about Jerry Jones and how he's the reason why, the Cowboys are terrible. And I have given Jerry Jones a hard way to go with Jason Garrett and things like that. I don't think I'm lying to people. But I want you to think about this here, okay? Even when we signed Dak Prescott and Amari Cooper, now we got other people that have to be signed too, because we do have a lot of free agents for next year. Because you look at Robert Quinn, he's basically getting $8 million this year. You may want to look at getting him locked up for about 3 years or something like that. But the way the Cowboys have done their contracts, they're actually really, really good. They have made it so there's an out in them. There's also triggers that you have where if you need money, you can get them. And so the Cowboys are second or third right now with cap space. And as we look at saying, okay, we got Robert Jones in there, you got to decide if you want to extend him. You've got, like I said, Robert Quinn. But there's also two in that mix where you look at players that you have under contract that you may not want to have on the contract next year. I said this one before last year, and we were looking at this stuff now because we got the bye week, so you can talk about all kinds of other stuff. But I said Tyrone Crawford was one of the guys I thought that the Cowboys would end up doing something. I said Alan Hearns is the guy that you look at, getting rid of. I said actually Lyle Collins because of his contract. The Cowboys redid his, which made it more team friendly. But you also look at Tyrone Crawford. Had they cut Tyrone Crawford before the season, it would have been a savings of $5.9 million. If it ends up being that he gets cut after this year, you're saving $8.9 million. So if he does not make the team for next year, now you're talking about the Dallas Cowboys right now will have about $100 million in cap space. Jerry could pay everybody with that kind of money. And as much as people say, don't pay Dak, he's just an average quarterback. Those of you who say don't pay him, please tell me what your solution is. Because when you hear a Shannon Sharp talk about he just average, some of them passes that, Skip, you and me could make. Let's be real. That's just some bull crap that you're getting from Shannon Sharp, okay? If anybody could do that, then tell me how come all these other teams aren't doing that with nobodies. And this whole notion of you got to have people around them, I want to know what quarterback out there has nobodies around them that's winning. Because apparently, New England believes that you need to have people around them because they just made a trade for Mohamed Sanu for a great wide receiver. And on the flip side, brethren, if you're watching, I'm sure you are, even though, maybe I might unblock you. I might unblock you just so we can see your stupidity. But brethren, your team is blowing it up. You're dumping salaries, and you're about to dump the coach. Here's the crazy thing about this when you think about this, okay? The Dallas Cowboys, after signing Zeke Elliott, Lyle Collins, Jalen Smith, DeMarcus Lawrence, about to sign Dak and Amari Cooper, with that kind of cap space, you look at one of the bottom dwellers there in the Atlanta Falcons that right now, as it stands going into next year, have about $1 million in cap space. You want to talk about mismanagement? That's mismanagement. You you are having to start all over without any cap space. So, yes, the Cowboys make a lot of mistakes, but they've gotten it pretty good when it comes to getting their house in order, because we used to be one of those teams that at the end of the year, we were always like $20-25 million in the red. Now, they're in the black. So let's get this deal done for Dak Prescott. We've got the money to do it. He has done everything above and beyond the call of duty. And he is right now one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL. I know you haters won't agree with that, but let's be real. He is. You got anything to add, man? Nope. Everything cool? What's going on with your channel right now? I know you're looking forward to going to the rest of the match.
I'm back.
Yeah, man. Any big name wrestlers going to be there? Was that
Just local.
Is that what, the Baltimore Arena?
They're just local wrestlers.
Yeah, when Baltimore had the Charm, the lingerie football team, I'd been to a couple of games there. That place is actually pretty nice. All right, so that's where we are, guys. On our way to our day job. As always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joker Sports Report.